Hello everyone, back for another video, and I am back with another rerouting sort of process. So I guess I will show off my last doll that I rerouted. So that Tracy Barbie, she was a bride, Tracy Bride, which it's funny when I went through the video of taking her hair out, I mentioned how, or maybe, no, it was my thrift haul video, whenever I got the Princess Leia and this doll, so, but I mentioned how she kind of reminded me of the Tracy doll that I had, because her brown hair, and she kind of smelled like her, and lo and behold, this one's name was Tracy, like that one, so I was kind of surprised, but here's her hair. So the majority of her hair was rooted with this really dark brown, and then for her part line I did these lighter brown highlights all throughout her hair, and her hair is super duper bouncy. I would go outside and try to do the whole hair flip videos. I enjoy making those, it's just the mosquitoes have been really bad and I've been getting eaten alive by them. So I can't go outside right now and do those fun videos, so I'll just have to show off. I picked this dress out for her because it matches her eyes. I know it's all out of focus, you can't even see. So that matches, the green matches her eyes, and this pinky color matches her lips, kind of. So I figured she could wear that with her fresh new look. So that is her. There you go, you can see her better. So yeah, that's her. But the reroute candidates I have now are two childhood dolls. I got these dolls when I was like 15. This doll's body, she's another one of those barter ones. And if you don't know what I mean, these are Barbie clones, Barbie knockoffs, bootlegs, whatever you want to call them, and it says barter on the back of her head, B-A-R-T-E-R. And she is from the same company that made this mermaid that I rerouted and took her outside and did hair flips. So she's like this one, same face mold, and she had the same body. This one's body fell apart just like hers. Actually, tonight her body actually fell apart and I had to find another one, so yeah, unfortunate. These types of dolls don't last. Their bodies fell apart, but you can see they have the same face mold, just a different facial screening, which is basically different face paint. The eye design is different, and the eyebrows are different. But I will be cutting her hair off. And then I have a Bratz clone, which I actually have her original pants. I don't honestly remember what her original top looked like, but she was labeled, I remember she was just called a bendable doll, and she was at the Dollar General store. So all it said on her little baggie, I distinctly remember all it said was bendable, and I was like, oh, okay. But I liked her glittery makeup, and I always had a soft spot for clones, and she actually has information on her head. It says Frenzy Toys. So I have no idea. But yeah, I'm going to be taking out their hair. So, anyhow, let's get started with this. And I can't ponytail their hair because this one's hair is literally a matted cotton ball, and her hair is too short to ponytail, so I'm going to do it differently. There we go. I'm just going to start hacking off her hair. Yeah, this doll's hair is really disgusting. Like, her hair is some of the worst nylon that I've ever seen. And it's just gotten worse with age. It's like sticky. I mean, you can easily wash it, but that just concerns me on a number of levels because I feel like the hair will just eventually probably disintegrate and just fall out of her head completely. So it's just best that I remove it. And unlike my mermaid one, I actually have two mermaid ones, which I'm probably going to reroot the other one, but here's another mermaid one. As you can see, she actually has the same exact face. So this one's actually an older one. This is what she looks like. She's all glittery. But her hair is a little frizzy at the ends and it feels kind of gross. But what's interesting is her head is painted blonde or white, whatever. And like the one I rerooted, her scalp was painted white as well. Now this one was supposed to be Snow White. They had a whole like knockoff Disney line of these. And I used to have, I think it was Aurora. They might have had Ariel. I don't really remember. They were sold at Dollar General and Family Dollar, stuff like that. They were just knockoff Disney princesses. This one's obviously can't be Snow White because her skin is tan. Snow White was not tan. So, obviously, I've seen other clone companies like Lovely Patsy. I've seen them produce these knockoff Disney princess dolls, and they have made Snow White's skin tan, which I guess they feel with the dark hair, the skin will look paler against dark hair. Which, yes, sometimes it does, but not as pale as she needs to be. So, pop her head off. I'm gonna get my flathead screwdriver. See, this doll, it's weird. She actually does have paint on her head. But she just has paint in the areas where they wanted the part line and the hairline to be rooted. Okay, let me get this. There we go. Focus. Yeah, you can see the white paint. It's on her part line and it's on her hairline, so. But yeah, apparently these barter dolls have been produced back towards the 70s. So, that's really bizarre because they were produced all the way up towards, or all the way up to like 2006, 2007. So that's actually a long run for a clone doll type. These Disney princess ones, and probably that Blue Mermaid one, I know distinctly that these ones are from like 2000, early 2000s, somewhere like 2001, 2002, somewhere in there, because that was around the time when I started getting them. This doll right here, I actually have doubles. So here's my other one, which she will be getting rerooted as well. Her hair is disgusting, but I got them both for free at a flea market called First Monday when I was 15, and there was just, every time I think about this huge tote they had full of, it was just like a tote full of free stuff, and a lot of it in there was Barbie doll parts, like Barbie clone, Barbie parts, but a lot of the parts in there was Bratz stuff. There was Bratz shoes, Bratz clothes. It was completely filled. Well, not completely filled, I mean like maybe half full of doll stuff, and a lot of it was Bratz and Bratz clothes and Bratz accessories, and I wasn't into the Bratz at the time. I mean, I didn't dislike them or anything, it's just I wasn't. Again, I've mentioned this before, if it wasn't a Barbie, I didn't want anything to do with it, so I was very close-minded to a lot of other cool things because I just wanted Barbies. That was it. I'd say from the time I was oh, I don't even know, like 13 to my mid-20s. That's all I wanted was just Barbies. That's all I thought about. I didn't get into anything else. So yeah, this video is getting kind of long, so I will come back when I have all her hair off. Okay, so I'm back and I have all her hair removed from the rooting holes. And now you can really see all the paint that they did on her scalp. She doesn't have a lot of hair plugs. I'll definitely go in and add like 4 holes there. But yeah, I'll definitely go in and root in all of these. Sometimes I would skip them on the part line because I don't really need, since what I do when I root the part line in, I don't thatch the part line. What I do is root really thick hair plugs in the part line, and then I just split them in half and fold them down. So if you can see on my newest doll that I rerooted, that's what I did. Now you can actually see some parts of her scalp, but you know, it's kind of natural. You know, on a regular person you can see their scalp when you part their hair, so, and it doesn't really bother me. The only reason I do it like this is because I still play with my dolls afterward, and I feel like, or what happens when I thatch their hair is the thatch just gets ruined, so then I have to rethatch it again, and it's just a hassle, so I don't usually do that. Now some dolls I've actually been able to do better at, so like the fairy one that I rerooted, I made her hair plugs like super thick, so you can't see her scalp that well. So yeah, there's that. So now I will pull the hair out, but I'll definitely fill all those holes in with smaller hair plugs. That will definitely give off more coverage. Oh, this is all out of focus. That will definitely give more coverage for whenever I do my style of part line where I don't thatch. It's mainly just rooting one row of really thick hair plugs in and then splitting each hair plug in half and folding them down on each side. So yeah, every time I do thatching on dolls, especially if the, let me see, come on, focus. There we go. So especially if the rows of hair plugs are spaced really far apart, like sometimes you'll get dolls that have their rows of hair plugs where it's thatched. The one row will be like right there, and then another one will be way over there. And it's really, it gets messed up really easily if it's like that. At least if you play with your dolls afterward, like brush their hair and take photos of them. But if you just reroot them and display them, then by all means thatch your dolls. I just personally prefer not to because I do play with my dolls afterward. So, it's actually taking me a little longer to get her hair out. But yeah, I hope you guys don't mind sitting through a long video of me completely taking out her hair. It's like the hair plugs that never end. There's more, and then you pull a little bit more out, and then there's more, and then you pull a little bit more out, and there's more. That's why I like the Dollar Tree. Like, that's why I like when I take the hair out, when I've rerooted dolls with Dollar Tree hair, is it comes out in one huge clump. So there we go, her head is empty. Now we're going to get on to doll number 2. So I'm actually going to pop her head off. And here we go. Now this doll is, when I go to reroot her, I'm obviously going to have to create a whole slew of new hair plugs, because my goodness, like, she's literally bald, and I don't think her hair, I don't recall her hair ever being in a ponytail. Yeah, look, this is evidence that I had to keep my dolls outside from my grandma. Look at all that. That's all like mildew, at least I think it is. It might just be dirt that I haven't cleaned off. This doll's been neglected for some time, so. And I will be rerooting her hair. Just like I did this one, I will give her the same color, but I will do lilac. So she will have her same exact hair colors. So yeah, she will be getting that purple highlight back in her hair. So yeah, it shouldn't be too much work taking out her original hair. Literally all they rooted on her scalp was, I mean, maybe her hair was ponytailed, but honestly, it was so long ago. I got this doll probably back in 2005. From, I think it was the Family Dollar that I got her at. So maybe her hair was ponytailed, but I remember they had ones that had green stripes in their hair and orange, well, not orange, but yellow. I'm sure they probably had one that had a pink stripe. Yep, so literally all they rooted was her hairline, the perimeter of her hairline, and then a part line, and that's it. That's all they did. Very, very cheap. I actually have another one of these, but she looks a little bit more like her face, the way it was stamped on, looks a little bit more cheap than this one. Like, it's very, like, blotchy. And also, she didn't have any, like, she didn't have any amazing makeup like this one has. Like, this one's got, like, super glitter-tastic makeup. So, like with the other doll, scrape the inside of her head. Oh, her hair plugs are spaced a little bit farther apart. That's going to make my life easier. That way I don't have to worry about ripping any of the rooting holes and combining them together and possibly ripping her hairline. Oh yeah, this doll is dirty. Like, she is really disgusting. But I like it. I like that she has her own face mold. Like, they didn't just clone a Bratz doll face mold and try to pass it off. No, they actually created their own face mold. Because you can tell that this is not a MGA Bratz doll face mold. Okay, so that's weird. So over here, so they rooted the perimeter of her hairline, but then over here they actually put an extra row behind her hairline. Oh, almost 20 minutes long. Yes, be prepared for a long video. The back of the hairline is always the trickiest to get to, especially when rerooting the hair back into the head. Whatever ones don't work, you can just pluck them out. Okay. her head is made of a kind of hard material, very much like a Bratz doll, so it's kind of hard to scrape the hair plugs out. Yeah, these ones are just not having it, so yeah, I can just pluck those out because those are no longer chained together with the other ones. Just rip all those out. Well, for the first time that I've had her, she is bald. See, I don't know how to explain it. Her head is kind of squishy hard. So now, go in with the tweezers and fish all the hair out. It's a little bit fiddly on tiny doll neck holes. I'm seeing purple hair coming out. No, but I like how this doll, I think they all had the exact same face and makeup and everything like that. The other one I was talking about, where her face paint was blotchy, that was a later release, but she still had the same body and face mold and facial screening and everything. But the first ones like this that came out, they all had the same exact face, just different colored stripes in their hair. I don't even know if there was different hair colors. I think maybe they were all blonde, just with different highlights in their hair, like different stripes. I think there's still more in there. It's trying to hide from me. There's a big clump. It's all out of focus. You can't even see. Yes, this is not going to be the most professional video. But I thought I'd give you guys 2 dolls in one instead of me just doing 1 doll. There's still more. So I will come back whenever I have all the hair out. So the dolls are now free of hair. And they're back on their bodies. So these dolls, since they've been neglected for so long, they are obviously really dirty and are going to need a good wash. So her face, my goodness, is really disgusting. Yeah, you can see what I mean about, I guess I'll take her pants off so you can get a good look at her body. I mean, obviously the arms, those are Bratz doll arms. And her torso, definitely. The only thing is she actually has feet. But yeah, her knees actually bend. There we go. So yeah, her knees bend. One of her legs is actually glued on because her neck peg, or her hip peg broke off and I lost it, so her leg's been glued on like that for some time, but you can see her arms are really loose. Actually, this doll, hold on, here we go. So I actually wound up getting her and this doll on the same day. So if you remember her from a different video, she was the Star Team We Three Friends Stacy clone that I rerooted a long time ago. Well, not really a long time ago, like last year sometime, I can't remember. But yeah, this was her, and I actually wound up repairing her neck, but you can see she has the Bratz doll arms too, and Bratz doll style body. So like back then, these companies are really trying to get in on some of that Bratz action. And the fact that this one's a We 3 Friends Star Team Stacy Bratz clone, like a Bratz Star Team We 3 Friends Stacy hybrid clone, that's really saying something. So, but yeah, I used to play with these dolls together. Me and my friend Alexis on the bus used to play with them together, along with this mermaid doll. So yeah, we played with all those ones together. And I remember I had this tiny little purple camera, and we used to like pretend we were filming, the dolls were filming each other. So it was kind of fun. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this little process, like restoration, rerooting process of me taking out the original hair on these dolls for preparing them for a reroot. So, and yes, I will definitely come back and show you guys what they look like after they are done. It might take a while, and there might be other videos in between, but I will definitely be making videos of them in the future. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. More videos to come, and remember to stay true to you.